Hugh said something very, very interesting before we started recording, and I would give him that opportunity to say it once more so that you guys can have a little feast in the comments. He said that Carlo Ancelotti, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, has been a disgrace, whilst others are suggesting that he's been the best manager ever, certainly the best manager of this millennium. Let's discuss this then, because he's done very well, obviously. He's won a title in 5 major leagues, whatever a major league is, and goes into a Champions League final, of course, as well, has won numerous trophies in his illustrious career. But you think he's a bit of a disgrace, Hugh?
Yeah, that's a bit strong. That's a bit strong. I mean, listen, after the hammering,
that was an off-camera comment, wasn't it? I've sold you down the river.
After the Jurgen Klopp video, I'm not sure I can take much more abuse. No, listen, just about Carlo Ancelotti. Lots of people talking about whether he's the greatest. He would win himself a 4th Champions League title. That would be absolutely incredible. So why isn't he being seen, in my opinion, as the greatest coach of all time? For me, it's simple. There's a couple of things. He's had sensational teams, but he is a pragmatist of a coach. He hasn't reinvented the wheel. He is in the ilk of sensational coach, if you like, alongside the likes of Jose Mourinho, you know, managers who had a very successful start, but had a pragmatic start. And I think that hasn't caught the headlines in the way that maybe a Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola has in recent times. It's not that he's not a great manager. He clearly is a great manager. But he just hasn't reinvented the wheel. He hasn't done something that maybe we've never seen before.
But Hugh, what's the criteria if we're looking at the sort of at these best ever managers? What do you need? Do you need that sparkle of charisma? I think he is charismatic, but not to the same not with the same venom, for want of a better word, as Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, for example. Sir Alex Ferguson as well had that, had that bark and bite. Ancelotti's that little bit calmer, isn't he? But what are the key criteria for you? Because, he has been in all 5 leagues. And I think that's a question you can say sometimes is with, say, Pep Guardiola, he's done it at Barcelona, he's done it at Bayern Munich, he's done these huge, huge clubs. Ancelotti has done the same, but he's done it in quite a few. Does it take away a little bit the fact that he's done it at the biggest club pretty much in each league?
Yeah, it's not necessarily that. I think he could have won more league titles. I think he would admit, given the longevity that he's had, the number of big teams that he's coached, for the number of years that he's coached them, he has won the 5 major leagues in Europe, if you like, but 1 league title in each of them. Even he would say, someone who coached a great AC Milan side from 2001 all the way to 2009, that was probably subpar. Now, I know you'll all be telling me about the disgraces of Juventus over those years and the scandals that happened. Yes, I concur and I agree with you on that one. But I think Carlo Ancelotti would, maybe endear himself more as the greatest coach ever had we seen this sensational style of football. I think that's the one thing that maybe we long for with Carlo Ancelotti, because you can't argue with the record. The record is there. It stands... it deserves respect in terms of what he's done, definitely.
Yeah, I think you can pick holes in the very best.
Yeah,
I think you can pick holes in it a little bit. If we go through it, Chelsea, that is a team with a hell of a lot of money, but did do well. You wouldn't say they're the premier team in the Premier League, so we'll give him that credit. And I know this is outrageous. I know I've done nothing in my life, but let's just go through it. PSG, the bare minimum is winning the title. It is the bare minimum. Real Madrid this season, and to a point last season, but I guess there was a bit more competition last season. Certainly this season, the bare minimum is winning La Liga when you've got a Barcelona squad that's struggling, and Atletico Madrid, of course, they're going to play, who have fallen off a cliff here. So is it the bare minimum there? And then you go to that AC Milan side and you say, look, go through that 11. That is an outrageous team. He did win trophies, but again, it was the bare minimum, wasn't it?
Listen, I'm going to leave people in the comments to respond to you on that one. Yeah, exactly.
Everton fans, get in there, quick.
No, I see exactly what you're saying. Look, all great coaches are fortunate. I think one of the things that maybe detracts from him as a coach is it doesn't feel like he's got that one club that's his. Do you see what I mean? He hasn't got that group of fans behind him when these conversations happen. Maybe the AC Milan fans will say it's them, but I think to have longevity with one club for a long period of time and create a dynasty, if you like, maybe that as well, I think, puts you into the record books as the greatest ever. And it's all about perception. I say this so often, and maybe that counts against Carlo Ancelotti slightly, the way that he has bounced around from so many of these big and great clubs, but to have so many of them during his career is maybe what puts him in a different category to some of the other greats.
Hi guys, James Allcott here from ESPN's Football Forecast. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and you want to check out more, make sure you subscribe to ESPN UK.